In the shadows of history, some tales aren't merely epic, they're haunting. While the West sang tales of Excalibur, Japan had its own cryptic stories. These blades, they didn't just cut flesh, they whispered to souls. Now, to label a samurai's sword as just a weapon is akin to calling the depths of a haunted forest just trees. They were believed to harbor the very soul of the samurai, binding them to a dark eternal pact. With every stroke, the blade thirsts for more than blood, it craves souls. Their glittering edge was a gateway to both honor and the abyss, and because these weapons were placed in such high regard, so were the swordsmiths that forged them. Such is the cursed legacy of Japan's most enigmatic swordsmith, Sengo Muramasa. Muramasa was an incredible swordsmith, to the point that people regarded him as one of the finest swordsmiths who ever lived. Although he had an incredible talent, he was also known to have a troubled mind. Muramasa lived and pursued his sword-making craft during the Muromachi period, between the 14th and 15th century AD. Nestled in the heart of Ise province, the town of Kuwana bore witness to the birth of blades like none other. Here, Muramasa shaped steel, but rumors spoke of him communicating with spirits of old, crafting not in daylight, but under the shroud of moonless nights, drawing from an energy older and darker than the mountains themselves. His school, a seemingly unassuming structure, stood as a beacon for aspiring smiths, passing down unique forging techniques that combined both art and rumored dark magic. The rumors regarding the supposed curse of the Muramasa blades mainly originated from the abrasive and venomous personality of Muramasa himself. Besides being a brilliant swordsmith, he supposedly sometimes went insane, busting into violent rages and lashing out at whoever was nearby. Whispers claimed that beneath the anvil's clang, you could hear the murmurs of trapped souls, and behind the fortress's flames, glowing eyes watched from the abyss. Legend says, with each blade Muramasa forged, a piece of his own psyche, fractured by whispers of forbidden realms, melded with the steel, and with every swing of his hammer was said to trap restless spirits, binding them with the blade's destiny. It was rumored that to hold a Muramasa was to feel a pulse, a heartbeat of his own. The blade had a desire, a hunger. It yearned not just for blood, but for tales of despair and destruction. Stories circulated of samurais whose grip on the Muramasa blade was so strong, not because of their strength, but because the sword refused to let go. Many blades were believed to be able to possess their wielders, pushing them beyond the point of murderous rage. Stories say these swords boost swordsmanship, gave their wielders super strength and resistance to damage and pain. The cursed swords are believed to thirst for blood, and if not satisfied with enough blood from enemies, they would turn on their owners, forcing them to hurt their loved ones or hurt themselves for appeasement. It was also said that if a Muramasa blade was drawn, that sword would ruthlessly demand blood before it could be placed back into his scabbard, which meant almost certain doom for its wielder if no one else was around for the weapon to unleash its bloodlust upon. There are also claims that a sheathed Muramasa sword would call to be unleashed and compel their owners to kill. Now, you might think a sword with this bad of a reputation people would stay away from. Not so. Even with the evil reputation of the Muramasa blades, the swords remained popular in Japan, with Muramasa's school of sword making enduring for the next 200 years. It was only during the reign of Tokugawa, the first shogun of the last feudal government in Japan, that Muramasa's blades fell out of favor. Tokugawa's reign brought prosperity to Japan, yet the shogun was never free from the chains of his own fears. He was haunted, not by foes of flesh and bone, but by the ethereal specter of Muramasa's blades. The shogun believed that the Muramasa's swords were cursed and blamed them for the demise of many of his allies, friends, and even relatives. For example, the shogun's father, Masudara Hiroda, as well as his grandfather, Masudara Kiyoyasu, were apparently both cut down by their retainers who went into a murderous trance while wielding such swords. Tokugawa even claimed that he was also cut by a Muramasa katana that was carried by one of his samurai guards while he inspected his ranks. His own wife and adopted son were also allegedly executed using a Muramasa sword. Eventually, it was whispered that these blades held a vendetta against the Tokugawa clan. So So, haunted by the tragedies and fearful for his lineage, Tokugawa decreed the banishment of all Muramasa blades. Those found in possession faced severe consequences. Because of this, many blades were destroyed, while some were buried or hidden. Others even tried to alter the blade markings to conceal their origins. One notable case was that of Takanaka Ume, the magistrate of Nagasaki. In 1634, the magistrate was found to have hoarded as many as 24 Muramasa blades, and because of this, he was ordered to commit seppuku, a ritual suicide by disembowelment. Tokugawa's decree, instead of ending the Muramasa legacy, pushed it into an underground realm. The blades became symbols of resistance against the Tokugawa rule. Secret dealings, black markets, and covert auctions thrived. Many tried to recreate these blades, leading to a flood of counterfeits, which made distinguishing between genuine Muramasa blades and imposters incredibly challenging. Today, the boundaries between fact and fiction regarding Muramasa's blades are blurred. While historians aim to separate myth from reality, popular culture has fully embraced their mystique. They frequently appear in games, movies, and books, often symbolizing dark power and curses. In conclusion, Muramasa blades, whether truly cursed or not, remain as some of the most intriguing artifacts from feudal Japan. Their story, intertwining master craftsmanship with airy tales of bloodlust, continues to captivate and chill those who come across it.